Welcome to Kendra's Artistic Crochet Designs. And today we are going to finish our 4-leaf clover diamond. And we are going to be starting with row 26. And now we're starting the decreasing rounds. And I'll show you what that means. We are going to chain 1 instead of 2. We're just going to chain 1 and turn our work. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then in the 3rd stitch, we're going to start our square. Okay, we're not going to finish that because we need to bring in the blue. Let's see where we're at here. Alright. Alright. So we're going to start the blue here. And we need 5 of these. And throughout this whole thing, we're carrying at least 2 colors with us. So, like I said, we needed 5 of these blues. Alright, there's 2. 3. 4. And 5. Okay, now we're going to switch over to the dark green. Let's see, the light green is over there. The dark green's in the middle. So we're going to bring the dark green up, carrying the light green and the blue. We need 3 dark green. I hope that's right. That doesn't look right. Oh, that's because we're doing row 27 and not 20. Okay, sorry. This is not correct. So we're going to take this out. I apologize. We only need 1 blue. So this is right up until we get the blue. And we only need 1 blue. Alright. Alright, now we're going to the light green. And now we need 4 of those. So there's 1. 2. 3. And 4. And now we're going to go back to the blue, which means we're going to put this green over there. And why is... And we are going to need, 3 blue. One. Two. And 3. Alright, now we're going to go to the dark green. Bring the dark green in. And we just need 1 dark green. And then go to the light green. Nope, this way. And we need 1 light green. Okay, back to the dark green. And we need 6 dark green. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Alright, now we need 1 blue then. So bring the blue in. And then go back to the light green. And we need 4 light green. 4 light green, 1 blue, and 1 light green should finish up this row. Alright, so we're going to bring in the blue. I'm going to leave that dark green. No, we'll take it with us. Alright. I know, make up your mind. Alright, here we go. Well, Alright, now we're going to get back to the light green. And this is the last stitch right here. And then we're going to slip stitch to this stitch here. And this is a corner, and this is a corner, as you can see. Okay? So now we have 3 corners, and you also have 20, we had 25 squares, now you have 24 squares. So we're going to be going up into another corner. We're going to keep decreasing until we get to the next corner. So now we're going to chain 1 and turn for row 27. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then in the third, we're going to start our square. And now we're going to bring the blue in. Come on. That green keeps wanting to go with it. I'm going to bring that green up. But the next stitch here is blue. And we are going to need 5 blue. So there's 1. Come on. You ever have one of those days that you feel like you're all thumbs? Alright, there's 3. 4. And 5. Now we're going to go to the dark green. We're switching over to the dark green, and we are going to need 3 of these. So there's 1. 2. And 3. All right. All right, now we're going to switch over to blue. And we need 1 blue. And then we need to switch over to light green. And we need 1 light green. And then we're going back to blue. And 1 blue. And now we're going to go to dark green. And now we need 3 dark green, so there's 1, 2, well, we're having trouble with our green. Why? There's a knot in there. Of course there is. Alright. Alright. So we need another one. That'll make 3. Okay, and we're going to go back to the blue. So it's 7 blue and 1 light green will finish off this row. And I just ran out of blue, so I'm going to have to connect to another blue one. So I'm going to use my magic knot to tie these two together. Alright, here we go. Alright. So I have 3 and I needed 7 of these. Well, I guess that one was already done. Alright, here we go. This is number 4. Five. 6. 7. And now switch over to the light green. And our last one is the light green right here. And then we're going to slip stitch this stitch. Oh. And there is row 27. So there's 27 rows on it now. And let's mark off our rows. Alright, so chain 1 and turn. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then we're going to start our square in the third. And then we're going to go into the blue. Bring the blue up. Alright, so we need 7 blue. So there's 2. 3. I'm getting some blue out. So this will be a little bit easier since I'm starting a brand new skein. Alright. There's 4. 5. 6. 7. Alright, so we are going to, is it dark green? Yeah, we need to switch over to the dark green. And we need 2 of those. And now we need to switch back to the blue. And we need 1 blue. And then now we're going to switch back to the dark green. And we need 2 of those. So there's 1. 2. And now let's switch back to the blue. So we need to put a blue in. And then we need to go back to the dark green again. Where are we at here? There. There we go. Alright. So we had blue. 2 dark green again. Alright, and then we're going back to the blue. And it's 5 blue and 1 light green will finish this off. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have the light green right here to finish this off. Slip stitch here. Row 28 finished. Chain 1 and turn for row 29. So we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches until we get to the 3rd, and we're going to start our square in the 3rd stitch. And then we need to switch to the blue again. And I guess we need 1 blue here. And then we're going to switch over to the dark green. One dark green here. And then we're going to switch back to the blue. And now we need 5 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then we're going to switch back to the green, the dark green. And we need 1 dark green. So we got dark green, light green, dark green, and the next 3 blocks. So there's a dark green. Now we gotta do a light green. And then we're going to end up with the dark green again. Right here. Alright. And then we're going to, that back there, blue. And we need 7 blue. I think we're just about done with our 4-leaf clover. So there's one. Need to get some more blue out. There's 2. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. And now we need a dark green again. Okay. So and then now we're going to go back to the blue and do 1 blue, and then we need the light green, and then we're done with this row. Slip stitch there, and then row 29 is done. Alright, onward to 30. Chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and then start our square in 3rd. And we are going to start out with 8 blue, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, here's 8, and now we need to go to the dark green, switch over to the dark green. We need 2 dark green, so there's 1, 2, switch over to the light green, and we need 1 light green here. And then back to the dark green. So back to the dark green. And we need 1 dark green. And then go back to the blue. So 6 blue and a light green should finish up this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's something wrong with this. Alright, hang on a minute. I knew that was off. That's not right. What did I do? So we got the light green, and then we need 8 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There it is. I put 9 in there. How did I do that? I thought I was counting. I must not have counted that right. I thought this looked a little off. I apologize, folks. So we're ripping out again. I'm going to get used to that. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Alright, so now we need our 2 dark green. So there's 1, 2, and then we need a light green and a dark green. I'm videotaping him. Alright, now we should have 6 blue and a light green. To finish this off. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, switch to the light green, there's our light green, our last block. Alright, there is 30 rows done, and you also should have 20 squares in this row. We're down to 20 squares. Alright, 31. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in our first 2 stitches. And then start our square in the third. We are going to need to switch over to the blue. We need 6 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are going over to our dark green then, and we need 3 dark green next. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going back to our blue. And now we're going to need 8 blue and a light green to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then switch over to the light green. And there's 31 rows. And as you can see, our last leaf on the 4-leaf clover is just about done. And this is really getting easy now. 31 is done. Going to 32. Chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then start our square in the third. And go over to blue. Bring the blue up. Now we need 7 blue. So there's 1. 2. 'Pull some of this blue out. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 'We're going to go to the dark green next, and we need 4 dark green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we need blue, 1 blue, back to the dark green again, and we need 2 dark green. And then we need to go back to the blue. And then we need 2 blue and a light green to finish off this row. And there is row 32. Chain 1 and turn for 33. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and in the third we're going to put our first square, which is light green as usual, and then we're going to bring in the blue, and we are going to need 2 blue. So there's 1, 2, and then we need 1 dark green, we're back to blue again. We need 2 blue, and then we need a dark green, a blue, and a dark green in the next 3 blocks. So we're going to switch from dark green to blue, to dark green again, and then we need so back to blue again, and we are going to need 7 blue and 1 light green to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's switch over to the light green. And then we're going to put the light green in the last one. And then slip stitch there. And there is row 33. And I believe that finishes off this 4-leaf clover. That's what it looks like, yep. I think that finishes, that looks pretty cool, that 4-leaf clover. Alright. Alright, so row 34. And we're going to chain 1 and turn. And then slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then in the 3rd stitch, we're going to start our square. Alright, then we're going to go to blue. And we need 2 blue here. So there's 1. And 2. And then we're going to go to our dark green. And we need 2 dark green in here. And then switch over back to our blue. And now we're going to need 7 blue. So there's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And then go back to our dark green. Not mess up this. And we need 2 dark green. So there's 1 and 2. And then go back to our blue, and we need 1 blue and 1 green to finish off this row. It's 1 light green. 1 blue, 1 light green at the end, as we always do. And help if I catch that. Carry that light green over. I need that. All right. There we go. And there is row 34 finished. So, row 35. In row 35 we should be down to 15 squares, and here we go. We are going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and then switch over to the blue. And now we need 10 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is 10. Switching over to dark green, and we're going to put 1 dark green in here. Make sure we're carrying both of these. Switch back over to blue, and now we need 2 blue and 1 light green. We'll finish up this row. Alright, now switch over to our light green. Slip stitch here, and there is row 35. Alright, so now row 36, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then start our square in the third. Alright, so we're going to need to bring up the blue. And we need 1 blue. Switching over to dark green. We need 2 dark green. Yes. And then switching back over to blue. And we need 9 blue, and a light green will finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is 9. Switching to the light green, and the last stitch here, we're going to put the light green, and then we're going to slip stitch here, and then there is 36. So this is what we've got so far, and we will be back for row 37. Alright, so now we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and then make our square in the third with that light green, and switch over to blue, alright, and we are needing 5 blue, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, now we need a light green. So we're going to bring the light green into play here. Alright, so there's a light green, and let's go back to the blue, and we need to do 5 blue and a light green to finish up this row. Come on. One, two, three, four, five. Go back to the light green. And we'll put the light green in the last one here. And then slip stitch here. And row 37 is finished. There's 37. $38. We're going to chain one and turn and slip stitch in the first two and make our square in the third. Alright, so we're going to need to switch over to the blue. And we're keeping this dark green even though we're not using this dark green yet for a while. But we're just going to still keep it because we're going to need it. So we need 4 blue next. And there's 2. Three. 4. And now we're going over to the light green. And we need 2 light green. So there's 1. And be careful you don't pull up those strings that we're trying to carry through here. 2. Back to the blue. Switch over to blue, and now we need 4 blue and a light green to finish up this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4. All right, go back to the light green and put a light green in this last one here. Slip stitch here. Whoop. All right, and there's row 38 completely done. There's 38. Oh, dang it. Drop that marker. We'll just get another one. So 39. Chain 1 and turn for 39. Slip stitch in the first 2 and start your square in the third. We need to go to the blue, bring the blue up. And I'm going to need 4 blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to bring in the dark green. And we need 1 dark green. And then switch back over to the blue. And then we need 4 blue and light green to finish off this row. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And bring back in the light green here. And put that in the last one here. Okay, and that is 39. Alright, so chain 1 and turn for row 40. In row 40 you should have 10 squares. So let's slip stitch in the first 2 and start our square in the third. And then we need to bring up the blue. We are needing 3 blue. So there's one. Two. And three. We need to go to the light green and we need two light green. So there's one. And two. Now go back to blue. And now we need three blue and a light green. We'll finish off this row. Alright, switch up to light green. And we're going to put a light green in this last one. Alright, and that is row 40. Alright, so row 41. We're going to chain one and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first two stitches. And make your square in the third. Alright, now we need to switch over to blue again. So, we're going to be switching this whole row. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the next 7 stitches, we're going to be switching blue, green, dark green, blue, dark green, all the way across. We're going to be switching off. So, until we get to the last light green at the end. So we're just going to be switching on and off here. So here's the dark green, and then we're going to switch to the blue and do the blue. Back to dark green. Alright, back to the blue. And then back to the dark green. Back to the blue. And then to the light green. And this is the last stitch right here of this row. Always want to be careful that that stitch is not too loose. Alright, and so there is row 41. Row 42, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then start our square in the third. Okay, and bring up the blue. And we need to put 2 blue in here. And then we need 2 light green. And then back to the blue. Now we need 2 blue and 1 light green to finish off this row. Slip stitch there, and there's row 42. Row 43, chain 1 and turn, slip stitch in the first 2, and then start your square in the third. Alright, we're going to go to the blue, like we usually do. And we need 2 blue. And then we need to go to the dark green. And put a dark green in. And then 2 blue and a light green. And that is 43. Now let's mark those off. 42 and 43. $45. We're going to chain one and turn. I think that was the last dark green. Let me look here. No, there is no more dark greens. So we're just going to cut this dark green off right here. Cut that off long. We're not going to need that anymore. And then we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, and then start our square in that 3rd stitch, and then switch over to the blue, and now we need 1 blue, switch over to the light green, and we need 2 dark light green. So there's 1, and 2, and then back over to the blue, and then we need 1 blue and a light green to finish this row off. That is too loose. There we go. I'm going to slip stitch here. That is 44, 45. You should be down to 5 squares in this row. So we're going to slip stitch in the first 2, and then start our square in the 3rd one. Okay, go over to blue, and you're going to have, so we're doing light green, blue, light green, blue, light green, blue, light green, blue, all the way through. We're just going to switch them off. Alright, switch back to light green. Switch back to blue. And then switch back to light green. Alright, And there's 45 with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 squares. We are just about done with this. We only have 4 more rows left. And they're 4 easy rows. So chain 1 and turn. And we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches and start our square in that third. And then we're going to bring our blue up. So it's just 4 squares. We only need 2 blue. So there's 1. And 2. Then we're going back to the light green. And we're going to finish this off. Chain 1 and turn. Alright. So we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. And then start our square in the third. Go to blue. We need to put just 1 blue in. And this is the last blue we're using in this pattern. And back the light green and put the light green in the last one. That was 47. Cutting off that blue. And then we're going to slip stitch. Now we only need 2 green here for this row. Chain 1 and turn. We just need the 1 green. Since it's the last row. Cut that off. And there we have it. Now let's see what this diamond looks like. Let me bring you out so we could see the whole thing. So here we go. Here is our 4-leaf clover. Right in here. We got a little design around it. So that looks pretty cool. And the other side kind of looks like this. You'll have to decide which side you like the best. I think I like this side the best. So anyway, I am going to sew in all my ends, and then we will be back to show you how to do the border. See you then. Alright, so you'll have to figure out which side is the side that you want. So whatever side you want, make sure you're looking at the opposite side. So we should be looking at the back side, starting this out. Alright. And let me make sure I'm starting, yes, out the way I want here. We're going to start at this corner. Alright, so we're going to slip or half double crochet, 2 half double crochet in that corner. So the electric just went off. If you didn't notice that, that's interesting. Alright, so anyway, so we're going to slip stitch, not slip stitch, half double crochet. So you'll half double crochet here, here, and then see there's 2 here, and then there should be 3 here. One, 2, 3, and then we're going to half double crochet in these 2, and then these 3. So you'll see 2, 3, 2, 3, all the way down, and by the time you get to that corner, you should have around 59 stitches, because this is the long side of the diamond, and then there's a short side. So we're going to do the long side first, as you can see. So we're going to just go all the way to the corner, and I will meet you at the corner. Alright, we're at the corner, and like I said, you should have about 59 stitches there. Alright, and in the corner, we're going to put 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet in that corner. Now going down this side is a little bit different. So we have a double here, and we're just going to put we're going to put a half double crochet in there just for that one, and then we have a half double crochet here, which is in between this double and this stitch right here, and then you see a double. We're going to put 2 in there, 2 around that, and then there's 1 here and 1 here, and then there's the double again. So you're just going to keep doing that. So 1 here and then 1 here. Keep going until you get to that corner. You should have 49 stitches going down this side, because it's a shorter side than this one. Okay, so yeah, around 49, 48, 49 stitches, and then the corners will be 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet, and then you'll go all the way around it then the same way. Now remember, this side is the same as this side. And when you get to this last side, it's the same as the first side that we did. So we'll go all the way around it, and I will meet you at the end of this round. Alright, so now I am all the way around, and I am going to finish off this corner. So I'm putting 2 half double crochets in there, and then I'm going to half double crochet in the top of the first half double crochet that I made to make this corner. And we're going to chain 1, and then in the corner I'm going to put 2 half double crochets, and in the front loop only I'm going to half double crochet. So I want to make sure that I use the front loop only. And this is what we're going to do down the side. So it makes this little design over here on this side. So we're just going to half double crochet in the front loops only all the way around. In the corners it's 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet. And I will meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 and turn the whole thing so that the front is now facing us. And in this corner we're going to put 3 single crochets. And we're going to do that in every corner. Okay, but on the sides, you're going to put a single crochet in the back loop only. I'm sewing this end in myself. I'm just working over it. So we're putting a single crochet in the back loop only, and when you get to the corners you're going to put 3 single crochets in the corners. And you're going to do this all the way around. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun making these diamonds with me. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye now.